dude. It's been a long time.
Oh my gosh, so good to see you. How are you?
Man.
Benji, Joel, so good to see you.
Good to see you. Great.
I feel like I should be saying welcome home in some respects.
It does feel like a homecoming.
Yeah,
Always.
when were you last here?
I mean, we sneak in and out sometimes. You know,
You sneak?
we have a
sneaky.
lot of friends here.
How do you sneak? You can't sneak.
Yeah, a little bit.
Slide through.
Just in and out.
Well, it's lovely to have you back working.
Yeah.
It's been great. How does it feel to be back?
Feels amazing. I mean, it's a great place to start the world tour because it does feel kind of like a working vacation. I'm seeing a bunch of friends in Sydney. We're going to be there for like 5 days. And getting to go to Melbourne again, getting to go to Brisbane, and being in Perth, it's amazing.
Now, 7 years since the last album.
Yeah.
Now, this one came about from performing at your sister's wedding?
Yeah.
How often does that happen?
Not often.
You get roped into family gigs?
We don't really usually do weddings. And now we're kind of thinking maybe we
Is
should
that your
start
first wedding gig?
It's our first wedding.
Congratulations.
Maybe we should do more.
Maybe we should start doing weddings. First of all, it was an amazing time.
Yeah.
But, she's my little sister. Nicole's little sister, Sophia, has been grown up with us. I've known her since she's 6 years old.
She means a lot to us.
She means a lot to us. So to be able to do that on that big special occasion for her and her husband, who is one of my best friends, the whole band came, everybody leaned into it and made it special. And then we're all having a great time. You know, we're there, we're drinking, we're having fun. We're like, should we do a record? And then the next week we called. Yeah, we were like,
I think we should do another record.
we should do another record.
Do you do a mate's rate when you do a family wedding?
For us, all you got to do is invite us.
Oh, okay. There
Yeah,
you
if
go.
you invite us, we're probably going to play.
Yeah.
So then what from that then leads to deciding let's get the band back together?
You know, a week later, we're all talking and saying, hey, we're serious. So then we started planning the record and we started making the record.
Now, it feels to me this is a wonderful blend of old and new, classic and contemporary. It's got your sound. It's a very good Charlotte sound.
Yeah.
Is that how it feels? Was that the intent?
It kind of feels like that's where we're at in our life, little old, little new. There's a little bit of Madden Brothers on this record. Mm-hmm. There's a little bit of old, good Charlotte. And there's a little bit of new stuff that I think we may not have been able to do until this age or this time in our life. It's an honest record. We definitely made it.
We definitely wanted to. There's no part of us that wants to go back. Mm. You know, we appreciate, like, we had a lot of fun when we were younger. We appreciate all the experiences. I mean, we appreciate just that I think it's a privilege to just, like, be here now and, you know, be alive. Like, we're really happy where we're at. And so I think, like, we really just wanted to just write songs from the heart that we're just comfortable singing right now. As long as we don't have to try and be something from 20 years ago, or that as long as we can be us right now in our lives, and I think that's what this record just says.
Is that a difficult decision to make, though? Because obviously you'll have fans who want to hold on to what they love about you, and there's always that reluctance to sometimes break out of that, which you have to do to keep moving forward.
I don't know if we even thought about it.
I don't think...
Sorry if I put it in your
That's
head.
all right.
No, I think that nostalgia is great, and I think that we can have it. There's going to be plenty of it in the live show. You know, we're not shy about playing all the songs, you know, so everything everyone wants to hear, we play it. We're better as a band live than we've ever been because we know what we're doing. We set out to put together the biggest show that we've ever done, and we did it for this tour, and we're playing all the songs. So we go all the way back, and we go all the way forward. So I like the nostalgia thing when we put it in the right place. I'll participate in it for sure. But in the record, I think we just had to express ourselves.
Is it true you brought fans in when you were just like first days or early days rehearsing for this tour?
We brought fans in before the record was even out to rehearsal.
Why would you, that is the most terrifying idea.
It was actually really cool because we had really called some hardcore long-time fans.
Yeah.
But we know a lot of our fans, like, that have been through
Over the years,
like a lot of hardcore fans. It was actually really sweet.
And it was something that they'd never gotten to experience, was that kind of deep into the process. It just felt like a cool thing to do.
But is there a moment when you're sitting there running through a song for the first time and maybe the chords aren't right or the vocals aren't quite there, that you really rethink what you've decided to do?
A little bit, but we were pretty honest with them. And so they were in on the process. They're like, look, we've literally just started.
I
playing
actually
this.
found it to be one of the most comfortable fan interactions you could possibly have.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like when you bring them into rehearsal and you just bring them in and you just go, hey, here's what we're gonna do.
This is how it works, actually.
Like, I feel like we should actually do more of that.
I also like to demystify the whole thing for our fans, and them get to see a little bit more of the, like, we're just guys. We're all trying to put the show here together, or we're trying to make the record, or I don't know. I personally want them to know the humans behind the art, and so I don't like the magic. I like people to.
So you're not like hiding behind a curtain in a room like this, going, "Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Good Charlie," and then you.
Yeah. The Wizard of Oz.
Well, I guess it makes sense because you've described this as the most personal album you've ever made. What makes you say that?
I think they're all really personal. I think when you go back through like our catalog, we don't really know how to write about stuff that is, we do. We write some fun songs sometimes, but there's always some really personal elements on there. But for us right now, we've already dealt with all of our sort of parental issues from our childhood. We've already dealt with our youthful angst and all this stuff. I mean, now it's just.
I think
we're at
what
now.
you're trying to say. I would say we're not out there. For the last 10 years, we haven't been out there in front of anything, promoting anything. And we're not probably big on sharing too much on social media or whatever.
Yeah.
I think that's our nature. It's not that I don't have a view on it either way. It's just not in me. And I think that we touch on things on the record from family life, being parents ourselves, marriage and love in that respect, our relationship with our father, things that I think we talked about in our younger age, and I think for a decade of not having an outlet and not sharing, to write a record at this stage in our life and share that from that perspective is pretty deep.
Is that why when you first heard "I Don't Work Here Anymore" you cried, Benj?
It's funny. I think that was like I didn't weep.
You
Rove.
cried.
I cried though.
It would have been
did.
full sobbing
Seriously.
emoji.
It was
Stream
coming down.
ugly cry. What does Benji Madden ugly cry look like?
Yeah.
It was interesting because if you would have talked to us somewhere in the last 10 years and you would have met us at some point, I would have said, hey, I used to be in a band, right? Which we never broke up. I think we kind of needed to, we kind of need to live our lives and go follow some other interests and do some things that really inspired us and really compelled us. And I think that just listening to that first board mix, the first rough mix after recording the song, because the song, it's very easy to hear it as a I Quit song. But it's actually it's a bit deeper, It's sort of about just betting on yourself,
Believing in yourself.
believing in yourself, and betting on yourself. And we did that at a young age. We bet on ourselves, and we did it time and time again. Then the last 10 years, we've built a sort of a management company, an artist development company. And again, we were starting from scratch, right? Because when you hear the guys from Good Charlotte have a management company, right? There were some people that thought that was crazy. Like, what are you guys doing? And there were some people that thought it was funny. Now it's this whole company, and it's taken on a whole life of its own. And now it's a record label, it's a media company. It's this whole world. So I thought about when we were young and we left home with $50, and went into the world and never went back. And then I thought about
what if you told those guys this is where you end up?
Yeah.
And I remember feeling pretty desperate at that age, and I remember feeling also kind of worthless. And I think that it's been a long road, but somewhere in me, I feel like I'm always battling against that old idea that I had when I was 16. I'm leaving home, and I'm scared, and I just want to matter to someone, and I just want to do something that feels important.
Something that matters, yeah. And I think all those years, I was thinking about all that. And I was thinking about, look at where we are today, where, it's like the success of the record doesn't matter. It's just the fact that we made it. The point of it was just me and him getting in a room with a guitar and actually writing a story and actually, kind of singing our hearts out for a second. And so I was feeling grateful, and I was just feeling actually...
you feel humbled when you
feel humbled.
look back.
You feel grateful.
Yeah,
you just go hey, I know a lot of people that aren't even here anymore. I know a lot of places, there's so many forks in the road where one lucky chance or one bad decision or one moment of, sort of self-doubt, you could have made some other decision. So that's what I was feeling, that song. That song's about betting on yourself. And I was kind of really listening to it, and there was a whole lot of years of, what you see in this world, on Instagram, in this business, right? You see all of our hits.
Yes.
You see all the highlights, or you see maybe the mistake,
cultivated.
or you see the mistakes.
It's
But
it's curated.
but there's a lot of trying and failing. A lot of games you did not win, and you go home to your brother, you go home to your wife, you go home, and you if you're lucky and you have people around you that love you, it doesn't matter. Well, I think listening to that song, I was just thinking about all the years, all the work, and how lucky we are to actually be here and kind of being in Australia, kicking it off. Kind of, he's got a nostalgic vibe as well.
But now you're away from family.
Yeah.
This isn't 20-year-old you anymore.
No.
You've got wives, you've got kids, you've got practically a baby, Benj. So, how is it now being on the road in this version of
I
you?
got to give Joel all the props in the world, because he was away when we were younger, in a time when there was now there's FaceTime.
Sure.
There's so much that we have now, and we get to, now at this age, we get to control our schedule.
There's a lot of luxuries now that we didn't have.
But I give Joel and Billy and Paul all the props in the world, because when we were younger, these guys had kids and these guys have teenagers.
It's hard in some moments because you are missing stuff. No way around it. That part is going to happen, but for the most part, these days our wives are pretty good at planning around with us and figuring it out.
Yeah,
They don't
I mean, there's
understand
no way around it. It's tough, especially we're a really close family.
it. Yeah, we are really close.
I don't like leaving home. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my happy place. I love being home. So
we like to be around each
it's
other.
not even a 3-day trip is hard, but so you got to just make the most of it. Try to get a round of golf in.
Not bad.
Yeah.
But you've also got kids now at a good age, Joel, because
Teenage.
they can come and appreciate what you
Yes.
do. I had, for the first time, 3 days ago, my daughter is now 12, and she got to see me perform for the first time, and it was a very special
Did
moment.
she like it?
She did. I think it was a different side of me that she
doesn't know that side of you.
she's aware of it.
Right.
When I say I'm going to work, she'll say, is it TV work or telling jokes to strangers work? She
Yeah.
gets it.
Yeah.
But to actually see it,
Yeah.
it was very sweet. It was one of the most beautiful reviews I've ever got. She gave me a big hug afterwards, and it was a really special thing.
I don't know. This is how I feel. I've always just wanted my work to not come home with me in the way that it's the biggest thing in the house. You know what I mean? I just want my kids to know that I'm going to work. And if I didn't work this job, I'd work some other job.
Yeah.
I really, truly feel that way. I'll work any job if I have to take care of my family. I'm lucky that it's music. It's not work to me. I don't want them to feel like it's more important than, what's going on in their life. But I've always wanted them to, hopefully, if they were interested in it, to get involved and figure it out. And I don't know if they will be or they won't be, but
Watching Dad rock out would be great, surely.
yeah. But they like coming to the show sometimes.
Yeah, sure.
It's cool.
Well, look, I don't know if you realise this, but this year marks 25 years since I first met you
We
guys.
met.
That's
yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I remember it.
I brought something with me.
I still have my donkey trophy.
Do you really?
Yeah.
So you should. You are kick-ass. This is the very first time you ever appeared on the show. I want to show you this and just see what you think of these two young gentlemen and what you would have to say to them.
This is the story about a boy named Rove, who always got picked last in gym class for the footy. Yeah. And he never had no date to no school dance. And everybody always calls him a freak. You know what I'm saying? Thanks. Here we go. The little things.
Babies.
Babies.
No, right?
God.
21. Holy shit, dude.
They try to break me down. The little things, they just won't go away. The little things, who I am today.
That's very
Nah.
sweet.
It's very sweet.
How does that make you feel?
You know what? Like we were just talking about it. I feel very proud of those guys. Just lately, I've been on this nostalgic kick. I went home, and I was back where we were from, and and I ran from it for a very long time. I think I don't know what it was, but I come back now and I appreciate it in a different way. That I feel like I'm lucky to have gotten all the way there to realize where we're from is
I
so
think you
special.
probably made peace with some of the sad parts of it. And
Yeah, but I think I struggled with finding my own self-worth, and I think I thought I needed to make it. Now, wanting to make it, I think, is really good. But if it's the solution to your own self, thing, that's the part you got to work on outside of making it. So I think I was lucky to figure that part out. But I see those guys playing on your show and how excited I think we were to be there.
to have the chance,
Yeah, and I think that's cool. I feel proud of them because they weren't too cool to show up somewhere and want to do well and want people to like them.
It's just funny. You look back at that and it's so 25 years. It just, it kind of feels like 5 minutes, but then it also feels like a lifetime.
Yeah.
Like a whole lifetime has been lived from that show till now.
Well, I'm pleased that I'm still here and that you are still here. And
It's
it
a
was
privilege.
so good to see you again.
Always a pleasure,
man.
man.
Come here. So good to see you.